Hello Stampers, my name is Linda Bedinger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Denver, Colorado, and this is my buddy Puccini, and he helps me in the craft room when he's not being a little devil. And today what I have for you is the paper pumpkin alternatives, and they are the May 2024 paper pumpkin alternatives. And the theme is Father's Day. So I made a Father's Day card, and I made birthday cards, and I made some other kinds of things just because I needed them. So let's just get started. Okay, this one is the May paper pumpkin, and it says the best there is, and May 2024. And the theme of this one is to do Father's Day cards. So here are the Father's Day cards that it made. This one says, with love and admiration to the most amazing person. And it says, you're the best there is, and happy Father's Day. Now this little stamp set that came with this time, it shows all the pieces that are supposed to be in here. And we have two trees, they're really cute. And then this additional little splatter that could be more branches on a tree or just a splatter. And I used it, I think, mostly as a splatter. Happy Father's Day to you. With love and admiration to the most amazing person. Happy Father's Day, you're the best there is, then the two trees and this, and that is the stamp set. The ink spot this time was Misty Moonlight, and so the pieces that were in here, and those are the three cards that it's intended to make. This darker one with that longer message, this one, and this one. And of course I didn't make those. I made, actually I made 6 cards this time, and I made them pretty different than that, I think. I'll do the one that I did for Father's Day first and show you. Oh, I wanted to show you some of the other material that came with this. Let's see, these are the bases that came with it. This base here, which is this one, this plain, I guess they're calling this basic beige now, here. And then this was a card base, and I have pieces of this left because I always cut these down so that I can make 2 cards out of both sides. Same thing with this, same thing with this. And so there's that. There were these background pieces, so that's this one. This, which I just love that color combination, and the theme is kind of a wood, and so there's these pieces, there's 3 of that piece, and then this one doesn't have a piece on the outside because imprinted is this other medallion here, like that. So that's what that is. Then you got a page of labels, and I don't know if you can see these or not, but these are that shape. Then you've got one that looks like a almost like a pocket, that shape. Then we've got some that are like that, and you get several pages of those. And then I got a couple of pages also of this, and it was these pretty leaves that pop out of here. I don't have a lot of them left because I used most of them, but what they're built to do is have you put one of these labels. Let me grab a label here so you can see. Over the top of this, so it looks like these leaves or these branches are coming out from either side. Now you can also cut them and have them both coming out of the top. There's a bunch of things you can do. Okay, and then there were glue dots and dimensionals, and then there were these pretty circles. Aren't those fun? With the two little trees. And then these trees on this one are the reverse. They're the lighter color, and then we have the stamp with that. So that's what we got in the kit. And this is what I did with them. This was one of my Father's Day cards. And I cut this panel. This was a base, and I cut it in half. And then I made this one 3 3/4 by 5. And I put most of mine on a vanilla base, because I thought the vanilla went a little better than the stark white with the wood tones. And I stamped the trees on here. Let me grab that back again so I can show you. And I stamped the trees once full, and then I stamped again and stamped again, so it looked like depth there. And so the trees, although there's just these two in here, I made it look like a little piece of the forest there. And then I put Happy Father's Day to you. I used the deckled rectangle in here. And then just everything is flat on the front of this. And then on the inside, I took this piece out of here, put it here, and then did this in a darker color. What I used here was Pebbled Path. I used that to do the trees on this one. I thought it looked better than to do it in the blue also. So I just used Pebbled Path. Put a little strip along here, and I put that inset piece in here. So a little different on the inside decorations. And that is my first Father's Day card. Then the next one I did was this one, where I used that full panel, and I used the back side of this card base, cut it down to 4 1/4, 4 by 5 1/4, and then this piece fit inside just perfectly. And I used some of those blue leaves back there, and I just made my own tag. Happy birthday from, that's the happy birthday from Go To Greetings. And then on the inside I put celebrate and just a few little pieces here. So that was my happy birthday. I think these all lend themselves to basically masculine cards. This one, I unfortunately needed a sympathy card, so I took the medallion out of this one, and I just cut this piece out and made it a giant label. Then I took apart those little leaves, and I put one behind here, then put the label on, and then I cut another piece. Oops, here comes trouble. There's Puccini trying to get in the middle of our work again. And put those on there, and then these were a brushed metal little self-adhesive pieces that we had for quite a while, and I have some left over, and I'm just trying to use them up. I took a little piece of this other part of this brown card, put it here, and then on the inside I put a larger piece of that and the rest of this leaf piece that was the other half of this one on the inside to add a little decoration. And that is my card number 2. I'm sorry, sweetheart, you can't be here. Yeah, he's got to go someplace else. So got to find something else for him to do. All right, so that was my card number 3. Then I made another one that's Father's Day. And I just put a little piece of twine on this here along the bottom, and then used the postage stamp or the postage punch to put a Happy Father's Day to you on here. I used that panel that they gave me, then another half of this one for the front of this, and on the inside on this one, I did it top folding. I put you're the best there is, and I used one of those pieces I cut off here. And this, oh, I didn't show you the envelopes. The envelopes on this are a wood grain, and they give you 9 envelopes, and I always put mine in regular envelopes, either the vanilla or the or the white, the basic white. And so this definitely is big enough to cover the entire front of a card, because this part that you can cut away is a little over 4 1/4, and a little over, that's 5 3/4. So that will get you a full panel or a partial panel. And on the card that I was showing you here, oh, that piece is used here. I used some of the envelope paper for that. And then on the inside on this one, I used a large piece of the envelope paper, and then more Very Vanilla, and then a piece of this cardstock here, inside here. So that is what that is, and that's my card number 4. Then this one is another piece of this blue card in the back, and then a stripe along here. And this one, I needed a graduation card that wasn't real girly. I have a niece, and she's getting ready to graduate from high school and then joining the military. And so I wanted to put something together that I could use for a graduation card. So I used one of those pretty discs and a piece of Very Vanilla here. And I used that brown card base that's kind of just the basic beige, and then the blue, and then a piece of Very Vanilla here. And this is 3 3/4 by 5, and I just used an embossing folder, and the one I grabbed is one that's retired now. It's bark, but if you're like me, you never throw those away or never sell them or get rid of them, and I just have a tendency to use them. Anything with a little bit of texture on here would be fine. And so I put on this one, "May all your wishes come true," and then on the inside, "Congratulations, graduate," and then "You've got this." And for that one, I used, I'll put the name of the stamp set that I used. It's one of the newer ones, and it's got all kinds of wonderful sentiments. I think that came in there. The one that said "Celebrate" also came from that stamp set. It's one that's got a ton of words. It's got the "Celebrate," it's got this "Sympathy." So I used quite a bit of those because I thought they were so pretty. And then so that's this one. It works as a graduation card, but this would also, all of these would work as masculine birthday if that's what you need. Now, I send Father's Day kid cards to my children. So, and other fathers that I know that I want to acknowledge. Certainly I don't have my own father anymore. Wish I did. He was a lovely man. But rather than put a bow on this one, I spread apart 2 little pieces of twine, tied a knot, and then separated the edges. And so there is my card number 5. And the last one's probably my favorite. I just love this. This design was so pretty. And so I cut it off so that it would fit this way, and this card opens this way. Now you could have cut it the other way and had it open, is it this one? You could have it open this way if you wanted to. And I think that's another kind of fun thing to do to make it a little bit different. But this one I made a birthday, and I put 2 of the colors of those leaves on here and some more of those metallic, brushed metallic dots on here. And then on the inside, I put the other piece that I cut off from the bottom of this over on this side and put "Just for You." And so it's another birthday card. So I'm set for a couple of Father's Day cards I need to send, a couple of birthday cards, and unfortunately a sympathy card that I have to send along too. Well, if you can stay off the cards, you can stay. Anyway, that is my project for the day. I had a lot of fun with this paper pumpkin, and I still have a box full of supplies, so I will be able to make or replicate several of these Father's Day cards and birthday cards for men, and I think that is probably what I'll do with the extras from this kit. I'm going to bring these out so you can see them. Probably more although I don't know, Puccini's pretty popular. I was going to say maybe the cat would be more interesting than the cards, but there they are. the ones that I made today. And thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel today. I do so appreciate it. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, well, I'd love to be your demonstrator. You can always go online and order from me. And this is the paper pumpkin, and they've stepped up their game on paper pumpkin. For a while, it got a little sleepy, I think, but the kits lately have been so nice. So here's all of the cards for the paper pumpkin this time. And again, thanks for stopping by, and I will be back soon with more cards, more tips, and more projects. Bye!